Scheiße. I kinda wanted to wait if Nico is driving. Yeah, maybe he will crash. Good morning. Oops. Nice. Ooh. Yeah, so people got really good times already. Hmm. Ah. I mean, my time isn't bad. I'm a bit surprised that it's such a bad position though. I mean, okay, my PB would still be second in the seeding. It's just not that easy to get that close to that PB. This cup of the morning is a lot more, yeah, tough than I expected it to be. Like so many players that can do pretty good times. And then of course Neko. Like with Cup of the Mornings, I'm never really sure if I want to participate. I kinda decided. Also I kinda want to decide it also on terms who's participating. Is there a chance to win? Because it's quite a commitment. Now I was already awake because I had some appointments this morning. But I didn't really sleep long. Like I was stuck in watching YouTube and had then like 2 hours of sleep or something. I had to stand up, so I could also go into bed again. But that means kinda if I take the commitment to play, kinda want to win as well. But it depends on who's playing. And as there was no streamer, no other streamer, at least didn't look like it, I had no idea who's actually playing. Now, you have to finish a run in the seating to realize who is there. Yeah. I finished my first run and I see Neko. Perfect. That is basically the rip. This is basically chanceless to win unless he makes a mistake. But also the others are doing really good. It's completely different than some other old car maps. But yeah, once I finish a run in the seeding, I'm qualified for the cup. If I don't participate, then then it counts again by win percentage. So I have to try to win it. Because I like to keep my win percentage quite high in the reruns. I'm around 30% there. 30% of all reruns I won. In the beginning I didn't really care about it. I played every cup of the morning when I had free. So that kinda hurted that win percentage. But then there was a part where I won like 4 or 5 in a row. From the ones that I could play. I can of course not play it daily, you know, because sometimes I just have to work, cannot play. And I played then usually the ones where I like special maps or maps that I just like or that are interesting to play. First of all, troll maps as well I play the reruns on. Old car maps I play the reruns on, or very special maps. So, this map, ey. Just out of interest, I didn't check the world record from Neko. He got a 49 by now. Quickly going. Oh. I don't think that I will see anything special. For example, this turn looks really shit. But we do not have to understand why it was fast. Ja. Well, let's see how it's going. .89. Yeah, gonna be tough. If I had known that Neko participates, I probably would have decided to not play and just chill a bit, sleep a bit. Was kinda invested in yeah, watching 7 vs Wild, if you know that. I mean, it's a German YouTube thing. If you're international, then you don't know it. But I realized that there are also these other YouTube channels that do compilations of all the reactions of the participants from 7 vs Wild. Like, they were participating there, and now the season is shown on YouTube so people can see it, and then these participants that are often streamers as well are reacting on what happened there and say some more sentences. And there are the YouTube channel. There's a YouTube channel that makes the work in clipping everything together. Like, from every single streamer, he clips the reactions together for every single topic. And that is actually really cool. But there's so much to see, because basically in these reaction videos, you can see kinda the whole episode again, which is always like an hour long, but plus their reactions. And then you have 7 different people reacting to something. So those reaction videos are like these compilations are a lot longer. Yeah. Aha. Damn it. However, I'm going from 10th to 6th then. Right after the mistake when I had low speed. I mean, the main goal has to be denying Neko the perfect. He did 2 times, a 51.1 and a 50.9, where this could have been possible. But you need to be a very good run still for these times. Because the thing is, it is very difficult to understand how he is having this pace. No, his world record run, it does not look any special. Like, if you look at the lines, you don't see the answer for the times that he's striving. He just gains time everywhere. And I cannot understand how. I just don't know. Since when I played this environment here since 20 years. But I have no idea where he's gaining that time. No idea. Like, I see his run and I see that he didn't hit the apex at all in this one hairpin. And I think like, yeah, wow, that looks shit. But it's just fast for him. I would think that he loses time there, but it is just fast for him. You cannot do anything. So a 50.5 is 6/10 behind his world record. And this is a pretty shit time for him, because he somehow can also be very consistent close to his record. For me there is no consistency and not this kind of pace. Like, I can be happy if I get a 50 seconds time. This is maximum risk and a lot of luck to survive certain turns and not to overflip. It's just a lot of luck involved if I get that. Like, it's YOLO for me. Like, a perfect run for me is a 50.6, 50.5, and he's doing that just randomly. And I don't see how I would be able to improve. I don't understand this card enough. Like, optically, I'm doing the perfect lap. When I do a 50.5. But he can be very far away from the walls and also very far away from tipping too much over with 2 tires. He can be very far away from that and he still drives 50. Also Chamo with a good time, but Neko was ahead. So I was first, remember that. Let's see what the distance now is. A 10th. I did a 50. I did a 50, but it was again not enough. Ah! Yeah, I mean, that is kind of the thing. I try, of course, also to drive on 4 wheels at certain sections. But seemingly my tapping is not correct. That is the part that is difficult to understand. I also really don't like tapping with a gamepad. Like, it's not my playstyle. I don't like to do that. But you need also a certain rhythm, or I don't know. But yeah, these two-wheelers, they are basically just to have a short amount of two-wheel and to have then more four-wheel time after and before the two-wheeler. Here two-wheel, then I go four-wheel, then two-wheel again. Here two-wheeler to the right, so I can stay four-wheel to the left. That's kind of the thing. But in order to have more time on four wheels, I try to do a very aggressive two-wheeler, which is super close to sliding out. And I don't even have much control about this two-wheeler, like if it tips over too much or not. Sometimes it just suddenly it goes much stronger up. But kinda I have always the feeling if I want to be any fast on desert, then I need to fully risk these two-wheelers. They need to be as extreme as possible. This is how I feel, how you get fast. But that's super inconsistent then, because then I just slide away in the corners. But it's like Neko is winning time in the parts that are not risky. Like he's gaining time in the parts where he just keeps the car on 4 tires and where he taps probably the correct amount and in the correct rhythm. And there he just gains, and this is not even risky. Like he just has free time to gain basically. And can then, in theory, if he just wants to make sure that he wins, he can take other parts automatically very safe. He doesn't need to do a very risky two-wheelers if he gains time everywhere else. Yeah. And 50.4 is for me like impossible. This is for me like a time I would need to hit everything even better than perfect if I want to hit that. And I have then also such a big time difference. No? Now I'm driving a 0.7 and I had a 0.9 earlier. I'm now 8 tenths slower. Also without mistake, but this is just the gap that I have to my own PBs in desert. While this is much closer for Neko. He's much closer to his PB often. Also he just understood this car. And it's kinda free for him then. I don't know. Not really much I can do. I can only hope that he crashes. Or that he has like if I reach the final against him, but this is also not clear because the others are also pretty strong. If I reach the final against him, I need to somehow get such a 50 seconds time in, and he needs to have a slower one. Like he does need a worse round, whatever happens to him to have a worse round, and I need to hit a 50 seconds time. So far he won every round. There were rounds where it was just a 10th. The very first round he only did 51.1. That was the most easily beatable, but that was the first round, so many people didn't really get the sick time there. Ah, Mesh. Hello Mesh. Did you see my question in Discord? Yeah, I'm saving it in the ending. Like, no need to risk that. Because if you don't make this last jump, if you are too far left, you're out. You're immediately out. Like, you have to respawn, the respawn is far away, you're out. At the moment, no need to risk that jump. I mean, if his main aim is to win every round to get a perfect cup of the day, then he will definitely feel pressure in the end. But he has that skill level where I would say that he will still make it. Like, he just has enough of a gap to us. But yeah, we will see. Yesterday he did really bad in the cup of the day on this map. Like, he was surprisingly slow. He was not really winning a single round. And I didn't really understand why. Like, I would have expected, of course, a performance almost like this here. But this performance he brings now after he trained the map. Oh, perfect is over. But he's not out. He did a 52.8. I don't think that Neko is a slow learner. I know him also from several other cups. It was just different. On this map he was maybe then the slow learner, but he isn't generally a slow learner. I think I can say that. You will see 4 weekends around the year change. Sunday evenings there will be the mini Sunday Formula. This is the cup that I try to convince Kanati to play with me in Trackmania United forever on all the old environments that are fast learn endurance races. On all the 7 environments, there you can see how Neko will dominate desert. Like, most likely he will just win there. Ach, Kanchika already awake. Hello. Yeah, this one, I said it yesterday quite often. It just happens to me. I don't really know why. Sometimes the car just immediately over-rotates, over-flips in that third turn. Whoa. That was a shock second. That could have been it. Neko again lost, and Chamo won both the other rounds that Neko didn't win. Yo, Mesh. Yeah, it was, Mesh, do you know the track Madel? This is basically why I asked. I got asked about by all my teams that I was in, and the guy of course didn't know about the United teams, and I told him, yeah, of course I was also in United in several teams, started all with Bigs Limited. And there were of course also some other drivers, maybe you also need information for them. And then I remembered when I joined, they said, wasn't it like we had some really known stadium players in Bigs Limited at some point. But who was that? That were definitely names that many people, maybe even nowadays, know. Definitely knew back then. Like, there were big names, but I'm not sure who it was exactly. But the thing with Lessig, Bombe and Bohr and Schnitzer, that was when we joined Screwed. But Bix Limited had also some really big names. Ja, the Neko guy. Also, Kanchika, you missed now the part until he lost now. But, oh, Charmo out, wow. Neko played here Cup of the Morning, drove also a 50.0 in the seeding. And after that, he was on a perfect streak to do the perfect rerun. But literally when you came, he just lost it. But he kept it for 50 rounds or something. Always driving 50 mid. Like, he often did faster time than second record in the local records. Also, he often did like 50.3 or 50.4. It's just easy for him. We were sometimes only a tenth behind him, and he did 59 and he did 50.8. But it is difficult to get him. But then he made actually one slow round where he finally lost the perfect. And the 2 rounds ago he did another slow round. Yeah, 50.5. 50505. Beautiful. Ah, Sander was, yeah. I was also thinking that it might have been Sander. Yeah, these paces are not possible because I also don't even know how they are in theory possible for me. My perfect time, you saw it yesterday when I hunted, no? I got this 0.7. And I would say a 0.5 with perfect lines, like everything pixel perfect inside and so on would be possible. But Neko is not gaining it with inside lines. If you look his record, this left hairpin here, near the start, like he's not even at the apex. Yeah, it looks not good. Like, he doesn't hit the apex there. He gains time in the tapping. He doesn't need good lines for these times, so it's quite easy and safe for him to do them multiple times. Because, like, even his 49 has lines where I would think they are not good. But yeah, what do I know about Desert Car? I don't know. Here, 50.2. It's easy for him. Like, he doesn't need to risk for that. He just drives that. Like, he's within 3/10 to his record, and especially in Desert, this is for me impossible to be that close to my PBs, because my PBs require a lot of YOLOing in several corners. I mean, now I'm also getting slower because I just want to make sure that I'm in that moment when I see there's a second advantage. I'm trying to not risk the turns, not slide out. But yeah. Especially this right turn here is very slidey. Dangerous it would be if I see, oh yeah, I have a second gap and I start saving, not knowing that Neko is the guy with 1 second behind me. This second is lost in 2 turns then. Wow, 2 people far behind. Yeah, I actually also had used action key for a short amount of time at least in that corner, but then I felt I might still lose too much time overall if I do that. It was a very safe start, because I didn't know about the pace from the other guy that just crashed. But his pace is worryingly good. We are all super close together, look at that. Also, not Neko, but... no. Yeah, now I had to push the ending, like the second half. Okay, na dann. Okay, I tried, but I slid away. Without that slide it would be close. But with that slide, obviously... Wow, I did a 51.2, it's actually pretty good for that slide. But yeah, he did 0.6, like faster than my PB, no chance. As expected. Like, I even got a good ending, but he was still gaining on that, somehow. Yeah, I would have driven the 50 seconds time if I got the two-wheeler instead of the slide. Was quite a lot of time loss, I would think, but I wouldn't have beaten his 0.6. I was on a good time and it would have had a similar time than my PB. I was around PB pace, apart from that slide, but even that wouldn't have been enough in this round. That's like the problem.